In 1894, Tsar Alexander III of Russia died, leaving behind the throne to his son, Tsar Nicholas II. On May 26, 1896, Tsar Nicholas II became Russia's new Tsar. By all standards, Tsar Nicholas II was quite a bad ruler. He was quite bad at financial management. Also, he didn't care about his citizens' education. But while Tsar Nicholas II mismanaged his country, his citizens were barely surviving. People had to live off of what they could find. Father Gapon was a Russian Orthodox priest. He was born in the middle class and believed in the lower class's rights, which he defended. He was instrumental in organizing the march on the Tsar's palace, which caused the Bloody Sunday. Father Gapon was considered the figurehead of the rebellion against the Tsar. Father Gapon grew quite a following for his march against the Tsar. The Russian peasants began to march on the Tsar's palace in St. Petersburg. Unfortunately, Tsar Nicholas II was out of town. While he was away, Grand Duke Vladimir had control of the city. Grand Duke Vladimir was Tsar Nicholas II's uncle. On the day of the Bloody Sunday massacre, he was alerted that thousands of peasants were marching towards the palace, being led by Father Gapon. He gave the orders to the city guard to put down the revolt. What followed is known as the Bloody Sunday Massacre. As peasants began to gather around the palace, so did the Tsar's troops. By the time the shooting started, over 10,000 troops were confronting the crowd. At about 10 o'clock, the first shootings began. News spread quickly about the Bloody Sunday Massacre. The Tsar was not pleased.
Yeah.
By the time the carnage was over, many peasants were dead. Government sources cited that 100 people had died. Anti-government sources claimed that over 4,000 people died. However, it is believed that the true number of deaths was about 1,000. Most of these deaths were caused by gunshot, but some were caused by being trampled to death by the fleeing mob. As word of the Bloody Sunday Massacre spread, revolts began to spring up all across Russia. To put down the revolts, the Russian government killed many protesters. Many peasants were hanged by the government. One of the people unlucky enough to be hanged was Father Gapon. Tsar Nicholas II eventually abdicated the throne. One morning, he and his family were told to move to the basement of their house for safety. Once there, they were shot by their own guards. Bloody Sunday was an extremely important event. It negatively changed the way that the peasants viewed the Tsar, causing them to no longer worship him as almost a god. But more importantly, it set up the revolutions in 1917, which would overthrow the Tsarist autocracy and form a socialist republic. Bloody Sunday was truly a massive turning point in Russian history, and although many lives were lost, it changed Russia for the better.